Welcome to On Call. I'm Dr. Carl Cabasel, and every week we focus on the health issues that are important to you, providing information and advice about a wide range of medical conditions. And tonight we're focusing our attention on foot health. Do you suffer from back pain? Are your feet constantly in pain after a day at work? You may want to reconsider the type of shoes that you're putting on your feet. Also, diabetics could reduce their risk of foot problems through daily foot care and proper shoe selection. Joining me now to discuss prevention and treatment of foot problems are Dr. Hartley Milchin, who's a podiatrist at Accent on Feet, and Dr. Mel Katre, who's an orthopedic surgeon at Toronto East General Hospital. Welcome, both of you, to the show.
Thank you.
So, Hartley, let's start with you. And at the risk of turning this into an episode of What Not to Wear, you've brought some examples of some boots or shoes that aren't so good for the feet.
Right. We've just left the flip-flop season, which, of course, as you know, are the worst for your feet. And now we're into winter. And again, we're wearing the boots that are very, very popular, but not so great for your feet. They're warm, they're nice, but they're not very good simply because they don't hold the foot in very good position. They don't bend in the proper place.
Right.
The tread is good. Again, they're warm, but it's more of a fashion statement than something that should be worn for long walks, for example.
Right. When you are actually looking at shoes or boots, there's some key criteria that you're looking for in terms of what's good. Right.
Important is you want to look for a strong heel counter, something that holds the heel in position. The boot or shoe has to bend in the proper position under the metatarsals or the ball of the foot. And if we look at this unstructured boot, where it bends is not bending properly. So people can develop certain aches and pains from that problem. Now, the new height of fashion this season, is this type of boot, which is really a rain boot. It's not fleece-lined or anything, and people are wearing them. I don't recommend them for long walks.
Because again, they're missing that support.
They're missing the support, and it's just rubber and non-structured. So I don't recommend this one.
Okay, and I noticed they also have a heel. And heels in general, I mean, can you get away with a couple of inches, or what do you recommend?
You can on an occasional basis, and I always advocate it's okay to wear a heel if you have a function, if you have an event, if you have a client meeting. But for the people who wear it day in and day out, for example, someone who works in retail, it's going to create havoc.
Okay. Now, you also brought with you some very interesting developments in terms of the treatment of some of the problems that can happen if you're using the wrong type of footwear.
I brought you a couple of interesting new technologies. One is this device, which is called the Ouchless Needle, and it was developed for the cosmetic industry for when they're injecting fillers in the face. And what happens is when you pull the plunger, you get this little spray, an anesthesia spray. So it just numbs the skin so you don't feel that initial pinprick. Right now they're using it for cosmetics, and they're developing it so that I can use it with a 3cc syringe, which I use for anesthesia for the foot. So that'll be here in the new year.
Okay.
The other incredible development, this is an ultrasound unit. It's a portable ultrasound unit, and instead of going to a podiatrist or a physiotherapist and having 5-10 minutes of ultrasound, this is low frequency, low intensity ultrasound that you can wear to sleep. And it works for about 6.5 hours. So it'll go on for 30 minutes, it'll go idle for 30 minutes, but it's portable. And you can even wear it while you're working. And it has a patented proprietary transducer right in this particular pad. You can place it anywhere. And it brings a new blood supply to the affected area. So it can be used on many things. And originally developed by the gentleman who developed the pill that has the camera implanted in it that the patient swallows. You take pictures of the gut. And this is in the Health Canada queue and should be here by the new year. This is the first in Canada.
It can take a while. Dr. Katre, when people don't take the good doctor's advice and don't wear proper shoes, you may have to come in to do some repair. You brought some photos actually to show us some of the work that you do.
Yes.
Okay, let's see if we can get those up on the screen, and you can describe to us what we're seeing. Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is Hartley's picture. Let's start with Hartley, and we'll get to your pictures in a moment. So, Hartley, what are we seeing on this picture?
This is an interesting case. This is a young woman who had bunion surgery done the traditional way. Now, you know I do a different method. And to hold the bones together, she had screws implanted. And this is what the foot looked like after she had the traditional surgery. And she came to me and she wanted it repaired. But I couldn't do anything because the screws were in the bone.
Right.
So she had an additional surgery in the spring to have the screws removed. And then I did the minimally invasive surgery, which of course is done in the office with local anesthesia and no stitches and no metal put in, no plates, no screws, no pins. Mm-hmm. And people are encouraged to walk through this. And that's what it looks like after.
Okay. Excellent.